Shalom. The House of Yah doesn't subscribe to racism, but Yeshaya chapter 53 cannot be explained without us seeing the truth. The truth is always in front of us. This isn't for the people of the other nations that show the downtrodden Israelites mercy and compassion. For that Israel is grateful. There are millions upon millions that do this. But this story must be told. The truth is at stake, and it's preserved the lives of all that wish to submit to the one and only Master Yah. No matter who you are, if you're willing to submit to Yah and Yah alone, you will be spared what's coming. Peace.
Who become adults, have mercy and sympathy for everything from the animals to the whales to fur to everything except us, your youth, the ones who you give no attention to, who become adults with no compassion. You know what I mean? And I feel like if you walk by a street and you was walking on concrete and you saw a rose growing out of concrete, even if it had messed up petals and it was a little, to the side, you would marvel at just seeing a rose grow through concrete. So why is it that when you see some ghetto kid grow out of all of the dirtiest circumstances, and he can talk and he can sit across from you, make you smile, make you cry, make you laugh, all you can talk about is my dirty rose, my dirty stems, and how I'm leaning crooked to the side. You can't even see that I came up out of that.
Where the hell have you been? Everywhere I look, you're not where I need you to be. It's not my imagination. Now, where the hell do you go every day?
To the bathroom, sir.
The bathroom. To the damn bathroom. For 40 minutes a day? What are you doing there? You're T-minus 0 here. I put a lot of faith in you.
There's no bathroom for me here.
What do you mean there's no bathroom for you here?
There is no bathroom. There are no colored bathrooms in this building or any building outside the West Campus, which is half a mile away. Did you know that? I have to walk to Timbuktu just to relieve myself. And I can't use one of the handy bikes. Picture that, Mr. Harrison. My uniform, skirt below my knees, my heels, and a simple string of pearls. Well, I don't own pearls. Lord knows you don't pay colors enough to afford pearls. And I work like a dog, day and night, living off of coffee from a pot none of you want to touch. So, excuse me if I have to go to the restroom a few times a day.
Servant. We need to know who is the servant of Yeshaya, chapter 53. Because I can certainly tell you this, the so-called Negro has been ostracized while also being enslaved. We have beaten him so badly he doesn't even know who he is. We call him colored, Negro, Negroid, African-American. Everything except who he truly is. Yisrael, the suffering servant of the Most High Yah, beaten and afflicted because he imitates us and follows us to his own demise. No pity for the bastard at all. Just think about it. We have taken him and his people, wrapped him up into a mythological man that we created called Jesus. Doesn't matter if you call him Yeshua, Yahweh Shai. He follows us and neglects his God. Think about it. What man around the world is looked at as inferior? Is it not those bastards of old man Yisrael? Even when the wise of them, whom Yah puts the spirit on, wakes up, the bastards still stay into idolatry by just making the white myth black. Black Jesus. We didn't even create that idolatry. We have the camps to thank for that nonsense. They do a lot of our work for us. We put those bastards in the most despicable conditions. Conditions worse than our dogs and cats. And yet they still seek our attention and affection because they have always been suckers for whomever has the power. Yet they never consider that their name tells them they have the power. but only when they are with their power. So we will keep investing in their Black Hebrew Israelite version of Christianity. We will co-sign their remarks on post and social media. I mean, why not? As long as they stay in idolatry, we get to rule. And the ones that are wise enough to understand, we will make them seem crazy. We will make them suffer the abuse from their own people. We will have them thinking they are from a different dimension. You don't see all the bullcrap we put them through. We will have them thinking they are Egyptians, Moors. Hell, we will even tell them that they are anything but the suffering servant that suffers, because he can't seem to get that nappy head to understand what's at stake. Hell, we will destroy this entire plane of existence before we turn it over to him. Just think. These bastards are waiting on UFOs to save them. They are waiting on theories like the rapture that we created for them. And grown-ass men stand on street corners and yell this at the top of their lungs. They are so beaten down mentally that they think standing on a corner and yelling at their own people will make them join. How crazy is that? But who hath believed our report? And to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? We have miseducated them so badly they can't even break down basic scriptures and see themselves in them. The report is our report. Why in the hell would we or any of the nations listen to them? Don't they understand that we despise them?
Okay, peace to everybody that's downtrodden, peace to all the nations, peace to everybody that's seeking peace, wisdom, and understanding from the Most High Yah. So let me start off by explaining the white and black paradigm. So typically most people know that call and talk to me. I don't utilize the white and black paradigm because of how it was created. White 1400s, black, even later. And this is used as a caste system. Okay? You don't see the concept of black and white in Greco-Roman relations. You don't see it in any of that time period. You don't see it anywhere except in modern times. So with that being the case, I want to explain that white and black. I'll sometimes say pale face, and I'm never meaning pale face as a derogatory term, because it really isn't. Pale, right? People of color. I know today that gets thrown around loosely, dealing with migrants and things like that, but we're just different shades of brown. We're not black, just like pale-faced brothers and sisters are not white. Okay, so there is a such thing as being on code with sin. So when you looked at the movie Hidden Figures with Taraji P. Henderson that I showed in the video, you saw how the whole room was in and knew exactly what was going on, but Kevin Costner's character didn't, right? Because that's the code I mean on sin. So a lot of times when you talk to a lot of the nations, you guys are taught to us, the children of Israel, and you may not understand that we see that code. Because when you're at the bottom of something, you're never acknowledged, right? And what people have to understand, especially with other nations, if you want to be spared and saved from what's coming, you can't mistreat Israel. Because you can go right back in your Bible and see what the Most High Yah told Abraham. Blessed are those that bless thee, and cursed that curse you. So if you curse us, if you pretend you don't understand the injustices, you will be destroyed. It's just how it is. And those curses we're starting to see now being put back on the nation. So let's do a little history, and I'm going to help you guys out with this, Isaiah. All right, facts and truths number 1. Okay, so when we look at all the chapters and verses and things like that, guys, you have to empirically understand this stuff was added millennia, centuries, millennia after. When you think about Moshe, 1440 BCE, 1400, coming out of the wilderness 40 years later. Him not coming out, but the children of Israel coming out 40 years later, 1400 BCE. And then we're talking about 1300 AD. So we're talking about 2700 years later, right? We didn't even have the chapters and verses in the Septuagint or the Septuagint, which is the 287 BCE, around the 3rd century BCE. We didn't even have chapters and verses at that time. And as you can see, with the griot tradition and things like that, we came from Negro land, which is the west coast of Africa, and that's a griot tradition. It's the same thing. We would always tell these stories, so we didn't have to learn chapters and verses because it was literally our history. It is our history. This is not the history of the other nations. Anyone trying to tell you that Caucasian history is the Israelites, it's not. Because when you look at the curses in Hadabarim chapter 28, right? None of that stuff applies to Caucasian people. And remember, it's not one thing. It has to be all the curses. So the first person to actually put the divisions into the chapters and things like that, that was a guy named Stephen Langston. Langton, and he was an actual Christian. And later, of course, in 1330, you get Rabbi Solomon ben Ismail, not Israel, but Ismail. Okay, and that's where they start putting the numerals and things like that.